Wow, this is my first full day in Kazakhstan, and I've stumbled into what they consider a shopping mall. Look at this. They use Chucky as a doll for clothes. But it's really bizarre because it's just nail salon after nail salon. I'm saying all of that, and now it's in clothes. But in the other aisle, it was just hair salon after hair salon, right next to each other. And yeah, here we go. Look at this. It's just starting. And a little cafe here. That's the first proper coffee machine I've seen, actually. So maybe I'll stop in here and have a coffee. But the other thing I've noticed is that 99% of the people look like Chinese or Mongolian. So the empire must have really spread far. This is the one I was talking about. Look, just one after the other. So yeah, it's very interesting. They're friendly people. Haven't got much in terms of manners that we see, but they're pretty friendly. Friendlier than the Russians. Quite helpful. Get some smiles sometimes. And it's cheap. But Jesus, it's hot. So I think outside now is about 32 degrees. And I was considering going down to Manjistan, which is the southwest part, into a beautiful desert and things. And there's a desert shortcut which is about 400 to 600 kilometers, and it cuts off a big road section. But over the next couple of days it's going to be 37 degrees and it's pretty remote, so I'm not entirely sure if I want to go and do that myself in such heat. But yesterday the border crossing was absolute nightmare. 6 hours I was waiting with no toilet, nowhere to buy water, very little shade, and millions of these little flies. So once I set off and once I actually arrived in Astara, which is where I am now, it had gone up by 2 degrees, it was 34. But I woke this morning after drinking 2 litres of water yesterday and a Coke and a coffee and all of these things. I woke up this morning and I had a headache and my pee was super yellow. So I think I had a little bit of heat stroke yesterday and dehydration. So that was 32 degrees. Another 5 degrees on top of that, and in the desert, yeah, I'm not sure it's a sensible decision at this point. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's great, I can use a card again here, it's pretty open. Went to the ATM, withdrew a load of money, so I didn't need to exchange anything. Yeah, pretty relaxed. I'm taking a day off today to rehydrate, but tomorrow I have to set off and I'll decide which direction I'm going to go. And I think I might head north, the typical route, which is north to a city that's kind of in the central midpoint, and then south again towards Almaty. But we'll see. And either way, I think I'm going to set off pretty early so I can beat the heat, because it is very hot in Kazakhstan right now. But it's fun, all part of the journey. If you wanted to know what it's like riding in Kazakhstan, very similar to yesterday, only a straighter road, but this is it. Wide open spaces. And thankfully, it's a little bit cooler today. It's only 29 degrees. You see some wild horses there. I was thinking of doing the desert route next to the Uzbekistan border, but yeah, it's so hot. After checking the weather, it was looking at getting up to 40 degrees down there, and I just thought, you know, on my own, riding in 40 degrees through the desert, very remote, if there's going to be a bit of a problem, then I'm in a real pickle as to what to do with it. I'm also hoping that that the police in Kazakhstan don't mind you using a mobile phone while you're riding a motorbike. I think they don't mind the drivers using it when they're driving their cars, so hopefully I'm okay. But yeah, it's very hot at the moment, and these roads, even these roads with quite a bit of traffic on them, are still very remote. I just tested out the
fuel range of my bike, and surprisingly, I managed to get 280 kilometers out of the full tank, and my reserve hadn't come on at that point. So I'm pretty impressed by that, I have to say. And for anyone who has an Aprilia, the Touareg or the Rally, if you really want to extend the fuel range, stick it in urban and ride in urban, because it's the softest throttle, and yeah, it goes along. And I'm loaded with my, well, you can see here.
One of the things that's beautiful in Kazakhstan are the number of wild horses like this one, just standing on the side of the road waiting to cross. So I thought I'd just come over and say, hello boy, hello, hello there, how are you? Oh, look, he's on a diet. He's a very thin horse. The first time I saw one of these, actually it looks very realistic, and it was stood right at the edge of the road. It made me brake, which I think was the purpose of it, is yeah, to slow traffic down, because there are, actually, if you look in the distance there, maybe I can zoom in, I don't know if I can zoom on a thing, but there's an actual real horse, which is, when my finger changes the focus, yeah, so he's, he might also be confused as well. I might come across here to have a chat to this one. Yeah, so it's going well. I'm on the road. It's 30 degrees already, just about 10 o'clock. Very, very barren, wide open landscape with lots of kind of oil things going on and derricks and stuff. But it's, yeah, it's quite okay. And when I'm moving with the wind, everything's okay. There's a little bit of a wind as well, a side wind at the moment, so it's better than a headwind, I suppose. Yeah, but it's going well. Big skies. I was just passed by a tour group actually. I think there was about 6 or 7 bikes all running together. Yeah, I tried to catch them up, but it's not that comfortable going so fast with my bike and all the luggage, so they've gone. And I want to say hello to this fella. Anyway, onwards.
Sorry, I pressed the stop button then by mistake, but yeah, I'm loaded. You can see my luggage, and I've also got my tyres on both sides. See here too. Yeah, so, and there's a headwind. I don't know if you saw me moving slightly when a truck went by. It causes a lot of turbulence. Yeah, but I'm very impressed by the fuel economy of this bike. It's a lot further than what I was getting from the Tenere when I had one of those. So yeah, very nice. As I said, anyone who's looking to max out the range on the tank, on the Touareg, put it in urban, and you'll be good. I actually think if you eke it out and don't go crazy with the speed, you can probably get close to 300 kilometers if you don't have all of the luggage and drag that I've got from the tires hanging off. So yeah, it's good. And I just stopped at a fuel station, and the group that I saw earlier, they pulled in. Well, actually, some of them were already there, and others pulled in. And it's a group, an association of European police officers who do different trips around the world and take charitable donations to those places. So they've done one in the southern part of Africa. They've done one in South America, around Europe, and now they're going to Mongolia and taking some money for school kids to buy stuff for school, stationery and this kind of stuff. So yeah, they're having a super nice people. A couple of Spanish who didn't speak any English or any Italian, and a couple of Italians that didn't speak any English, and the rest could just get by a little bit with what they knew. But they're very friendly. Made me a nice look at the horses. Some wild horses, and there's more here. Everywhere you ride in Kazakhstan, you just see the horses on the plains. It's really beautiful to see, I have to say. Especially as they've all got foals now. Yeah, so they made me a coffee in their mocha pot, a good Italian coffee, and gave me a couple of little cookies, biscotti type things. And yeah, then when I was leaving, lots of photographs. I didn't get any actually, but they took lots of photographs. And then they also gave me a packet of the biscottis for my own coffee dunking later. So yeah, really, really, really nice people. And grazie to any Italian people who are watching. Please pass on the thanks to Moto for Peace in Italy. Yeah. Anyway, this is it. Wide open spaces of Kazakhstan. Can't let go of the handlebars too quick because the wind blows the bike over to the right. But yet, I mean, it is super, 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 super barren out here. Really just huge plains with nothing on them. I actually think this is probably what Mongolia's like. Yeah, but I mean, it's quite nice. And being a bit further off the road and having no tyres slung over my panniers, it would be a much more pleasant experience, I think. Yeah, it's very nice. And I'm very much looking forward to Mongolia, I have to say. But yeah, this is it. I've got, well, according to the map, I've got about 300 kilometers to go, and it's 1:30 now, so I've got 300 kilometers to go to the place that I thought I was going to stop. But the Italian guys are all going to Aktobe, which is the northern city in Kazakhstan. I don't really know much about it, in honesty, and I wasn't really planning on going there, but maybe I will change my plan and, yeah, check out what Aktobe is like. So, yeah, we'll see. And the other thing as well that I've been thinking about doing, particularly after the experience with the Russian border, and the Italians had even worse experience. They were there for 11 hours, and 5 of those hours they were sat in the hut where you go for a talk with the FSB. So they were sat there for 5 hours, and they don't offer you water or any of these things. So apparently they're all shipping their bikes back to Europe, and I've actually been thinking the same thing. One part of me thinks, maybe it's a bit defeatist and maybe I should ride back, make it a complete circle. But another part of me just thinks that Russia just makes it so complicated to enter their country. And when you're in there, it's very complicated because you can't use your card to pay for anything. You can't change money. You can change money quite okay, but you can only use cash. Most of my apps on my phone weren't working properly. So it's quite, yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit more challenging to be in Russia than I think it needs to be. So I've got to decide. Look at this, by the way. What a road. Just straight for miles. Really is like Oklahoma. It's just, yeah, only less dusty, thankfully. Yeah, so I'm trying to decide what to do about shipping my bike back, or whether I'll ride it, or whether I'll just cross the border once into Russia from Mongolia and then just ride straight across Russia back to Europe. And then I only have to do the border twice rather than 4 times. And then I'll be back in Europe and things are just super easy from that point. But I'm going to have to decide. I'll see how I get on in Mongolia and all the other countries, and then, yeah, make a decision. But until then, I'm on the road. Exactly that way, and I mean literally that way. So yeah, catch you later.